Welcome, I'm the original Brad with WLJS Metal. I'm sitting here with Arcanium. They are supporting Otep on the Destroy to Create tour. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves real quick?
Sure, I'm Jason, lead vocals.
Riggs, I'm rhythm guitar, backing vocals.
Adam, I just do everything for the whole band. No, I'm just kidding. I'm lead guitar.
I'm Charlie, I'm the drummer.
You can take the mic if you want.
Oh, that's good.
All right, so where are you guys from?
Well, we're from Colorado, but we're from all over it, but we say we're from Denver, so, because it's the most recognizable city out there, and, yeah, it's good.
And how long have you guys been together as a band?
We are working on our 6th year, since 2007, so.
All right, I read online that you've added a guitarist and a drummer since the last time you toured. How's that working out? How's it different from the previous tours?
Oh, well, first of all, we have, lead guitar now, which you have solos, stuff like that stands out. And the drummer is a completely different style, so we're bringing in more of a heavier feel to the music, more crunchy, more flowing, heavy sound. So.
A lot more double bass, things like that, and we have a lot more choruses now too versus the old album things. So
And another addition is that he's also a composer, so he and I write a lot together. Yeah. Makes the sound more metal.
More metal's always better. Who are some of your biggest influences?
Well, for me, I'm straight up new metal kid, so I like Slipknot, Mudvayne. And one of my big influences is Soilwork out of Sweden. Those guys kick ass if you're watching it. Love you, Speedy. That's some of my favorites. American Head Charge is another one of mine. They're also friends of mine too, so pretty cool.
Influences. My style hasn't been really influenced by any particular bands, more like a genre. I was mainly influenced for my writing style through the thrash years of the 90s. That's kind of where my style came from, but I like all kinds of bands from like Kiss to like Slayer to like, I like some pop bands, but I like all kinds of music, so but I'm mainly influenced writing style through, the thrash stuff.
yeah, I'm pretty much just a straight up metalhead. Started with Metallica when I was a kid, and Slayer was a big one for me as a teenager. As far as recently, Gojira is a big one for me. I can't get enough of those guys, but yeah, just pretty much anything metal, man. Even some Oceanos up in my playlist.
I'm all about Divine Heresy, Tim Young's the man. I really like Soilwork as well. It's just kind of been my influences of hard metal, so.
Awesome. When did you know that you wanted to make music yourself? Like, when did it hit you, and how did that hit you?
When I was young, I used to listen to a lot of death metal, and I'd scream along with it like growls, like, oh, like that, and, just kind of started getting in Deicide, Cannibal Corpse, stuff like that, and once I realized I could, like, do really cool shit with my voice, I was like, man, I should do something with this, so I guess I was probably 15, and I started my first band when I was 21, so.
Anybody else?
I can say it's silly, but I saw when I was probably 5 years old, I saw Kiss on the news, and they were talking about how these religious groups were saying how they're all satanic and stuff, which is kind of funny and looking back on it. But when I saw Kiss on TV, that's when I decided I wanted to do that.
Cool. You've toured with some pretty big names. I've seen Megadeth. You toured with Megadeth, Arch Enemy, Bullet for My Valentine, stuff like that. Was it ever intimidating to be on the same ticket as those guys?
No, not really. We come out and we do our thing, and we know we're professional about everything, so, just being on the tours was not intimidating at all, but one thing that it was welcoming and probably some of the best times of our lives, and all we look forward to is more of them, so.
Good. And did they ever have any words of advice for you on the road?
I do remember, I think it was Riggs that was talking to Dave Mustaine, and he said, write everything down. Because if later on you want to, go through them or write a book or whatever it is, at least you'll have every memory. So just write everything down. I mean, other than that, as far as music, I think everybody received us really well. So there wasn't a whole lot of advice to give except for keep going and keep doing what you're doing because you're doing everything right. So,
what's the best advice you could give someone else who's trying to get their music heard?
Boy, I'd say make a product that stands out as far as industry standard goes. Market that product and get your ass on tour.
Anybody else?
It's
that's it.
That sounds like a plan.
How has the Destroy to Create tour been so far for you guys?
It's been awesome, man. Played about 12 shows so far. All the crowds have been really big, and they've all received us really well. A lot of metalheads out there. Out east here, they're crazy, man. It's been just a great time all around.
And how is it different touring with these bands than the other bands you've toured with?
Well, it's really not much different. I mean, honestly, this tour, the entire tour, all the bands on the tour, One Eyed Doll, Butcher Babies, and Otep, everybody is just really cool. We're all, helping each other out when we can, and everybody gets along. It's a really good time, and actually one of the things we're looking forward to is our day off here coming up in South Carolina. We're all going to have a big old barbecue and chill out on the beach and stuff and have a blast together. So we're looking forward to that here coming up soon.
Awesome. Barbecue sounds good. What's your best moment, your favorite or the best moment of the tour so far?
I'd say that 30 seconds that I got some cold air on me, like last week. No, but seriously, New York was my favorite moment of the tour so far. That crowd was just insane. It was a great show. And we also had Monty Connor, ex-Roadrunner Records. He's with Nuclear Blast now out at that show.